Less than 2 weeks to go until the big show. So we're here with our big show. On our E3 predictions video, we asked for your comments, your predictions. We have taken a bunch of them, a boatload, and we've shipped them to Los Angeles in hopes that they come true. But before that happens, we are going to read through them, give you our take, and decide if we think it's something that will occur during the Nintendo Spotlight and during E3 2017. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Jake and Gabe are here, and thank you so much for all your comments. In fact, I think it may have been our most commented video. Well over 1,000 comments of your E3 predictions and of your E3 thoughts and ideas. Big, big thanks to everybody out there for being a part of that. And now it's time for the E3 2017 bonus CommentForce predictions spectacular Whamma Jamma Ring-a-Rama Fourth Edge party.
All right, let's get started.
Leo Grant begins by saying they need to do a Mario Bros. For the Switch to get that co-op in. Every console gets the Mario Bros. Pretty early up. They should look at an element or implement where you switch between worlds like Light World and Dark World to stress the Switch idea. Then we should see Smash Bros. So we get another solid fighter in. I think co-op stuff will be their best bet because they do sell to family units more than to solo gamers. If we could have GoldenEye 007 Switch, that would be crazy. And a lot of people reference Smash Brothers, so that's one that we can kind of just talk about throughout. But the main point of this that I thought was interesting was we know Super Mario Odyssey is coming, but when do you think we get the next entry in the new Super Mario Bros. Series?
I hope we don't for a while. And, like, I mean, we don't know this, but I'm assuming that Odyssey will have some type of multiplayer. Like,
you think?
Some semblance of it, right? Even if it's, like, as simple as, like, in Galaxy, where you had, like, the little star, I forget the name of it, but the infamous girlfriend mode type thing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some multiplayer will make an appearance in Odyssey. So I'm okay without the new Super Mario Brothers games for a little bit. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're going to pull one out of their hat next year. I don't think they're going to announce it at E3 or anything like that. I think that they're stacked up with enough new IP and Splatoon 2 and Mario Odyssey that they don't really need to pull out, like something that's kind of like a steadfast game that's not going to disappoint anybody.
Yeah, I don't think we get anything new Mario related other than Rabbids, because that's a lot of Mario for 1 year. We have Rabbids and we have Odyssey, and
Mario Kart technically.
Yeah, so I think they're going to chill for a little bit. So we'll see on that, but I really don't think that happens. We definitely do not get a GoldenEye 007 on Switch.
It would be fun. I personally don't think there will be any multiplayer component whatsoever, even an assist mode to Mario Odyssey. I think by specifically stating it's going back to the sandbox style, I think they're going to keep it very tried and true to 64 and Sunshine. New Super Mario Bros. Wii came out 3 years after launch. New Super Mario Bros. U hit right at launch. I think we do absolutely get one at some point. I just think either A, it's not going to be for a while, or B, it'll be in a different style than maybe what we're expecting.
For sure, we'll see.
All right, Timothy Lynch says, I think Blizzard will announce that Overwatch is for Switch because Blizzard has all but confirmed it.
Have they all but confirmed it? That's not true.
They have said like it would be interesting, but they definitely not all but confirmed it. But I just want to get sort of your radar read on, is this even a possibility?
Is it a possibility? Sure. Is it likely? Not at all. They have no reason to. Overwatch continues to do well on other platforms, especially PC. There's an event going on right now, an anniversary event. Would it be cool on Switch? Absolutely. But they've said that it would be tricky. They said that it would be interesting. There's no way they have confirmed it. I don't think this is likely at all.
I would love to see it. I don't think it happens, especially given the online nature. I think those games are going to be hard pressed to hit Switch. Given what Nintendo wants with the switchability, and frankly, I think if you were gonna get any Blizzard thing whatsoever, I feel like Diablo would be a stronger candidate than Overwatch. But hey, if I was proven wrong, I would be ecstatic because I would actually play Overwatch on Switch.
Yeah. So I mean, I already play it on PC, but I would play it on Switch as well. But we will see. The Unmarked Crow says, I think we're most likely to see a Pokemon Switch game, Stars maybe, and Smash Brothers Switch. They'll talk about their Animal Crossing mobile game and do a tease for the Switch version. Retro Studios will reveal an original IP. We'll also finally get the unveiling of a Switch time exclusive Beyond Good and Evil 2. A 2D Metroid will be announced, made by a third-party studio. We'll also get a tease for a big 3D Metroid title coming out in 2018. I'm hoping one of them is Metroid Dread. Okay. Finally, with the announcement of Virtual Console, we will get an announcement of Mother 3 finally coming to the States. All of that is probably more hope than prediction, but I've got my fingers crossed. That would, if like 2 or 3 of those happen, it's going to be like an amazing E3. But no.
I feel like this could be like a very plausible play-by-play. I mean, the mobile game, I feel like, at some point they're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
A new Pokemon, Eurogamer is really confident about that.
Yes.
Retro Studios producing an original IP. I think that's
not far-fetched.
No, that's probably safe.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Am I the only
Michelle
one that doesn't
Ancel
care?
said, what?
I said, am I the only one that doesn't care about Beyond Good and Evil 2? I never played the original, so
I think it's mostly interesting from the standpoint of like getting a Switch either exclusive or time exclusive. But they specifically said that they hope to talk about it later this year, but it won't be at E3. I'm starting to really buy into and believe this theory that the Metroid we get is a 2D Metroid, not a 3D Metroid.
I wouldn't mind that whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't think they do 2 though. I don't think they have 2D and a 3D Metroid.
Not at all.
The Mother 3 and Virtual Console has to be there. Mother 3 has been rumored for a while. I think even before launch, Laura Kate Dell was talking about that's going to be a day and date drop with Virtual Console, and she believes that's going to be the one where they say and available now, Mother 3. Mm-hmm. So I don't think this is too far-fetched. In fact, like you could be batting like a solid 70-80% on this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some of these are safe. We know Animal Crossing is coming, so I don't know if a mobile game should be teased at E3. I mean, who knows? It's possible.
Yeah, that could be a separate direct of mobile games, either just for Animal Crossing or for Animal Crossing and the Zelda one together or something.
Yeah, and Zach, I know you don't believe me here, but I really don't think they're going to talk about Virtual Console too much. Or at all, and I think maybe
it's a huge part of the show. It's got.
It better not be a huge part. It better be like,
it's
here's Virtual Console. Here's what it looks like. Here's what games are coming out. Done. And don't take a bunch of your time with talking about Virtual Console.
It is the one key feature of this system that is present in all of their previous systems and their current 3DS system. It's not
announce it, but don't make it a big deal and waste time on it. I want to see new stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. But I think they're going to spend many minutes. Good predictions though on Mark Crow. Kalu Helen says, at E3, I think Nintendo will announce a Gabe fanfiction about how Gabe went witch hunting. When he finds the witch, she sends him to the world of Nintendo, where he proceeds to look for Mario power-ups and Zero Suit Samus.
The game of the year.
I love it, but it's not even a game. It's just a fanfiction. They're not announcing a game.
Well,
it's just a story that they're writing.
It's a very heavily
Nintendo's writing an original
game
fanfiction. Okay.
I also like how you're looking for Zero Suit Samus.
It could be like a decision-based game, like a Telltale game.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Telltale, get at me.
All right, Zizani Man Gaming says, I don't think we'll get it, but Mario Party 11 with the classic-style boards, no more car split Joy-Con, and online multiplayer would be incredible. I think it's interesting to think about it and how they could do it differently with like how they tease the Monopoly, with like putting the tablet down and playing like a virtual board game almost. So I think, I don't know, I don't think they're going to announce it at all, or it'll come anytime soon, but it's an interesting idea if they went with a more classic board game type Mario Party.
Yeah, I feel like Mario Party is one of those ones that's not safe and not far-fetched. It's just kind of right in like the middle gray area where like,
I
okay,
think it's something you don't really need to like announce. Like I think you just kind of like make a big deal out of it. Like you just kind of like, all right, we're putting another Mario Party, here it is. Unless like it's something fantastical, but
yeah,
I think they got to return though to the old style. That's a mandatory inclusion.
Yeah,
but just imagine if they could like incorporate the best parts of 1-2 Switch into like mini games. Like that'd be really cool.
Do you want that? Would you want them to be very motion centric?
No, not very, but just like I think some of it. I think that they definitely will. I don't think they're gonna have these super cool and well produced Joy-Con and not use them in a mini game type game.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I definitely think this is not the year for Mario Party again. Too many Mario games in one year. We, Kart, Rabbids, Odyssey. Like, I think that's enough for now. So,
I would love it. Though. I would be over the moon. Now I want someone to tell me where that expression comes from. We've learned about pie in the sky. Teach me about over the moon.
All right.
Is it like because they like when they got to the moon, like that was the biggest American achievement? So you'd be over the moon?
Maybe some obscure person wrote a song about it. Philip the Bomb J says, "Do you think they will announce the second Zelda DLC? Have they said there's a second Zelda DLC?"
Absolutely, the story pack.
No, announced a second Zelda like season pass.
Yeah, that's this one, and I brought this up because it's something that we didn't even mention in our E3 predictions, which is that this has got to be another big piece of the show.
Again, I am talking about a separate one, not
No,
the second.
he's talking about the second pack, the story pack.
Oh, okay. I assumed he meant like a second separate one. Okay. Yeah.
The second,
Yeah, I'm sure they
like
talk about
the new
it.
dungeon, the new story.
Yeah, they'll talk about
That's got
that.
to take up a couple minutes of time, right?
Yeah, that was a big glaring oversight. So yeah, for sure, Philip. That's a good call, dude.
Jake, are you still super pumped for that?
I mean, I think there'll be. I hope it's just like a trailer. Like, here's the thing, and they don't like spend like 6 minutes like talking about like here's what
New
you're
map
gonna
features.
can expect.
Oh, they're not spending 6 minutes talking about any one thing.
I think it's interesting because like
They could.
this will get a lot of people excited because of Breath of the Wild, but at the same time, it just reinforces like it's a Breath of the Wild machine. So I feel like they got to spend like a little bit of time on this, but not a lot.
I'm over that. It's not a Breath of the Wild machine. I'm over that.
The master page says, "Bring us Waluigi's Basement to Nintendo." There's a lot of love for this Luigi's Mansion spin-off, Waluigi's Basement. So anything Waluigi, I will. If they announce a Waluigi game, I will cosplay as Waluigi at E3.
Do we?
Oh,
But do you think?
that'd
But
be
I think
great.
like a WarioWare game is much more likely than a Waluigi game.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just saying, if Waluigi or Wario could become the centerpiece yet again, that would be amazing.
does it count if I announce a Waluigi game at
It
E3?
does not. It does not.
All right.
Matthew Rondello says, my predictions are, number one, there is some sort of you can download it now announcement like the Bethesda 2014 conference. Either Animal Crossing Mobile or a chat app will work with ARMS. Number two, we will see both Metroid and Retro's game, but they are two separate games. I think Retro is a very different studio than it was 10 years ago. A lot of those devs left to work at 343. I also think Retro's game is Donkey Kong. Metroid is also a much bigger franchise in the US than Japan, so this is the event to show it. Number three, no Smash Bros, no Luigi's Mansion, no Pikmin, no Advance Wars, no Zelda Mobile. I'm a killjoy, I know. I just think while all those games will happen eventually, it's too soon. A lot of those devs are busy or just finished games last year, and I think Nintendo is where that announcing Smash would be sending ARMS off to die. Pie in the sky time. Number four, Animal Crossing Switch. It works with the app, and the app works with it. Isn't that kind of redundant? Number five, Mother 3. I would say I feel like this is likely, but I say that every year, so this is a pie in the sky. I like how he used our own expression against us.
I'm gonna
in his comment.
I'm gonna cherry pick the thought that a Smash announcement kills ARMS.
I don't
really.
think so.
You don't?
The games are they're not similar at all, dude.
No, they're not. But if you
But they
announce,
kind of are in the sense that they're like party fighting type games.
if you announce Smash and say like, "Oh, hey, it's coming September 20 something," do people then who are gonna get ARMS that week hold off?
Yeah, that's an
Maybe.
interesting point.
I think his first one is absolutely true. Whether it's a virtual console or the Animal Crossing mobile app, something is going to be available now. Nintendo loves to do that. Number two, I don't know if we see Metroid, but I think we absolutely see Retro's game, and I don't think it is Metroid. So
I don't think it's
like
Donkey
his thought
Kong
there.
either. So we'll see that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with new IP for Retro. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about his no Smash, no Luigi, no Pikmin, no, not like too soon?
No, I think we get Pikmin's been in the works for a while. Assuming that hey, Pikmin wasn't the Pikmin that they were talking about. That's been in the workings for a while, and there was like a Boy Scout or something that leaked that a Pikmin announcement was coming, something like that. It was silly.
Game Explain got in contact with them and proved that it was just complete conjecture. But regardless, Pikmin seems to me is almost safer than Smash.
Yeah,
because we at least
I'm
have
still pie
confirmation
in
that
the
Pikmin
sky
is being
for
worked
Luigi's
on.
Mansion.
No, I don't know that we ever get another Luigi's Mansion, to be honest.
Hey,
but
I said pie in the
see.
sky, right?
Dark Moon sold super well, so it's got to be on their mind.
Lukester64 says, Nintendo Land 2, 8-player minigames, Pokken or Pokken, however you wish to pronounce it, re-release with updated characters, or Pokken 2, hopefully offer split screen. That would be cool. Smash 4 re-release with GameCube controller adapter support. Please let the GameCube controller die already. Smash Melee in the first Virtual Console games lineup. Game ends up with a few frames of lag. Community cries, I'm calling it now. Bayonetta 3 with Bayonetta 2. All right. First of all, I love the GameCube controller. It's just that they are never going to adapt that thing for the Switch. I think Nintendo's pretty tired of that. Personally, that's my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think the Joy-Con and the Pro Controller are both so well received and well constructed that they don't really need to pull things back from the past.
So to touch on the other comment, does Smash Melee on Virtual Console kill ARMS? No way, right?
No, and I think that could be a thing if they do drop, GameCube support at the same time as the service itself. I think Smash Melee being like the beloved, entry could cover their butt and not need a Smash 4 re-release.
Yeah. I honestly would probably kind of prefer a Melee Virtual Console game. What about you guys?
I mean, I think in general, I would rather have a deluxe version of Smash 4 just because I love what they did with Mario Kart and, graphically it'll look more appealing. But I guess if you think about it more big picture, I would prefer them to put that effort into some other new game and then utilize the Virtual Console as a way to, bring in that nostalgia. I guess it just sort of just depends on how they want to structure things, right? Because this could be the case with a lot. If there's a new DK, do they bring DK to Virtual Console? How does that all work? How does that all go? The Pokken thing, I don't know that's... I mean...
Did that do well enough to warrant a sequel?
I don't think any of us have numbers in front of us.
Yeah, I feel like the Pokemon title to be announced here is that third, the Stars. I feel like that's what that is going to be.
Even though Pokemon has never traditionally announced anything at E3.
Yeah, usually it comes before, but
so
we're getting
it's coming to Switch.
Awfully close.
Bayonetta though, that is what I want the most, other than Metroid. Bayonetta and Metroid.
Get it at all.
No, I don't think so either. But those are my two most wanted franchises on Switch: Bayonetta and Metroid. If one of those happens, I'm a happy camper.
Pokken, just to give you guys some stats here, as of April 22nd of this year, has shipped 1.3 million, which isn't bad for a Wii U game.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's
great,
not
but
great.
It's not
For
bad.
context, Splatoon sold 5 million. So
Nintendo Land 2, no love for that. Mario Chase 2.0?
No, I'm okay.
I love Mario Chase. I would love to have Mario Chase as its own $5 game for Virtual Console. I would buy that for sure, but I don't really think Nintendo Land after 1-2 Switch is going to ever happen.
All right.
But just Mario Chase, that was a gem out of that.
Rob Clark says a Nintendo MOBA, which first blush you say no way, but they do like to dip their toes in popular genres as of late.
I don't care for MOBAs. MOBAs are not my thing. So
it would be the game that made me play MOBAs, though.
What I was thinking, though... Go ahead, finish.
I was going to say, this could be the game where you really incorporate the amiibo as a way to, either upgrade your characters or get different outfits, or that's just how you get the characters themselves. Typically MOBAs charge per character or charge for, whatever. The amiibo could then function as DLC. And, imagine the, fan... love of saying okay, all your amiibo now have a really awesome purpose.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, not MOBA, but I was thinking what I'd rather almost, I think, than a MOBA would be an RTS, where it's Age of Empires style, and you have the Mushroom Kingdom led by Mario, and he has different minions, and then Bowser's clan, and he has all his minions you can build, and the Zelda universe, and the Donkey Kong universe. I think that'd be sweet, but that's never ever gonna happen.
And none of us really are the I almost said LOL, the LOL or the Dota players, but it is primed for that. Goombas marching one way, Koopas marching the other way. Mario with fireballs. It would work super well. Does it happen? No, but of all the comments, of all the pie in the sky ideas, this one, I just always have wanted them to do something that incorporates their entire stable of characters and utilize the amiibo either in a Nintendo World game where it's a platformer or some just big crossover adventure open world, or a MOBA, something like that would be so cool, and I feel would be such a new thing for Nintendo. It would inevitably attract a lot of attention, similar to how Rabbids, at first blush, you're Rabbids, but then okay, they're doing new interesting things. I don't know. It would be very cool, Rob. I like your idea.
Levi Donnie says, I predict we will all be disappointed at E3, which is a very gloomy thing that I don't even like to entertain.
It's terrifying, right? Like,
no, but this is why I always go into it with very low expectations and just ride the wave of whatever happens and comes to me and get excited about whatever little bones I'm thrown.
I wanted to talk to you guys about
Ninjara surfing DLC coming, confirmed.
I want to talk to you about. Okay, so we wake up on Tuesday morning. Tuesday, I think it's June 13th. Tuesday, June 13th. It's 9 a.m. Pacific. We're watching the Spotlight, and they talk about Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem Warriors, Xenoblade 2, Mario plus Rabbids. Where is our mind's state of mind after that hour?
Mario Rabbids better be freaking amazing.
Like, does Mario Odyssey being like a killer app and crushing its presentation, does that potentially cover for them not doing anything out of the expected?
That goes a long way. Like, if they choose to just emulate what they did with Breath of the Wild, they could focus like so much of it on Mario Odyssey, right? Like, that's definitely a possibility. But I want to see at least the one new thing that isn't Rabbids, just one. Whether it be Metroid, whether even Virtual Console, like show us Virtual Console, show us how the app is gonna work, something new. I want something that we have no idea that's gonna happen, like, because all of these leaks with Rabbids, like. I love E3 for the surprise of it all. And
they have to know that fiscal, like, next year is critical to establishing long-term Switch success, so at least planting some seeds beyond Mario and Xenoblade is, like,
I mean,
huge.
But they did say that they're focusing on this year, so.
Levi, you're scaring me. You're very scaring me.
Jesse Martinez, though, he says, for some reason, I think Super Smash Bros. DX for Switch will be announced because of the dates of the upcoming 3 last amiibo. So
another good theory.
Yeah. There is those amiibo listings that came out a while back that did show that some stuff was coming. So, good. It's a good indication that maybe Smash Bros. Deluxe could be coming, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they have spread out the release of the Smash line, so it's not like, oh, that's out of the ordinary. But Corrin, Bayonetta, and Cloud are going to be available on July 21st. Now, that could be an indication that Smash Bros. Is coming, but the thing that sort of tips me back the other direction is that is right near the Splatoon 2 release date, so there's no freaking chance that a Smash Deluxe is on July 21st.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, I think that it's more than likely just rounding out the set, and that they just needed so much cleared space for Switch and its launch that these amiibo have been delayed quite a bit.
Yeah,
but it's a good theory. MBP518 says SNES Mini will be there, and I thought this was good. Like, we didn't think about this, but that's clearly coming, right? That's the it's not official, but very rumored. And this would be something that I think would be an E3 a showcase, like something to put in their spotlight.
Why?
Because look how well that NES sold.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but so does it need that much hype around it then?
After the Switch last month, it was the second best-selling console.
Sure, but so you need to take up spotlight time with it.
Absolutely, to show the lineup, the price, the release date.
That'd be lame.
I still think you're paying way more for this thing than you guys think you are.
I think I would be excited by this just because I love the SNES. The only thing I think becomes a bit of a conflict of interest is if you're going to announce Virtual Console and then also announce this.
That's not happening. They are not announcing Virtual Console and this at the same, like in the same event.
So one of them appears and one doesn't.
Yeah, I still don't think Virtual Console appears.
I will be
shocked if
and
it never
awed
comes.
if it
The Switch never has Virtual Console.
Well, no, it's 100% happening because they're
Gabe,
giving.
You don't know that.
No, well, yeah, they've confirmed it, and they said that, like, okay,
nope.
You're getting a free game with your subscription to, like, Nintendo, whatever you want to call it.
They take it back. They messed up.
All right.
It's a false leak. Fake news.
Oh, God.
Dusty Howell says, I'm really hoping for a bigger Kirby game for the Switch. Hope it could be possible. It's definitely possible. Probable no.
They announced, like, 3 Kirby games recently. They're all for 3DS, but, yeah, there was a bunch of them. And they're not on you, but... Oh, we 100% do.
Do you think?
Gabe, you're so sure of yourself today.
Why wouldn't they? It's one of their like bigger. Not bigger. It's one of their top tier, second tier franchises.
Yeah, I guess
it's like at the top of the B tier franchises for them.
just for a statistical analysis aspect, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, the recent Wii U title, 580,000 units worldwide, 260,000 units in the US.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot of units.
But it was on like a dying console.
But to give you perspective, Yoshi's Woolly World tripled that, 1.42 million. So Jake may be right in that a big full-on Kirby $60 game isn't in the cards.
They're gonna have a Kirby rhythm game.
Oh, man.
Kirby's Blow and
Downloadable
Suck and Blow.
eShop Kirby rhythm game.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I will just stand corrected. Maybe Kirby isn't the franchise that I think it is, but they have so many games and they're not all huge or whatever. But I think Kirby's a perfect one for a smaller eShop release where it's not a huge $60 game, but just like a platformer or on eShop would be good for like $20 or something like that. So,
do you think we get any of that sort of stuff at this point, or is that still in the future? Like, Nintendo does release smaller things, like for Kirby's anniversary on the 3DS eShop. Do you think we start after E3 to see Nintendo-made smaller titles on the Switch eShop, or is it still going to be a cartridge retail focus?
I think for now it's cartridge and retail focus because it's doing so well, and like they seem to have the rest of the calendar year like pretty like not jam packed necessarily, but they have a lot of stuff coming.
Well, and they have so much indie support that you almost don't need, those Nintendo properties to be there. Plus, if the Virtual Console is coming, let that kind of have its day.
Yeah, I hope they dip their toes into the smaller stuff in the future though.
Speaking of rhythm games,
God, how do I say this?
Storm Rage Hero.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Just a fancy way of saying it.
And you Donkey Konga, I was gonna say Z Tormrog Hero.
That's probably more accurate.
All right, a new Donkey Kong game for Switch, HD Rumble for
Donkey Konga.
Konga, I said that the first time. A new Donkey Konga game for Switch, HD Rumble for realistic drumming.
I really want this to happen only because, Gabe, I picture you getting so into Donkey Konga and just like with your glasses, because now I know you have them, laser focused on the screen, and just like you have your tongue kind of like sticking out of your mouth a little for an extra focus face, and you're just like hitting those like hard level rhythms so good over and over again.
Now I know you have them.
My question is, if they do come with a rhythm game, whatever it may be, do they include motion control or is it all button pressing?
Motion control.
You think you have to like pull off the Joy-Con and use it like boom, like actually drum, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, just like that,
I don't know why the sound effects added nothing, but
well, we are getting a Taiko Drum Master game soon. That was announced and confirmed. So they are going to have some rhythm games. Is it specifically from Nintendo? I don't think Donkey Konga sold very well. I did have Donkey Konga though. Me and Jake had double sets of those.
Oh man!
And then they came out with Jungle Beat, which was like a. Well, they had Jungle Beat, which was like a platformer to take more advantage of the.
Is my memory tricking me, or did I see like a Donkey Konga set in your basement?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man,
Donkey Konga sold at 1.15 million units. That is more than I expected. What a game! It's a weird game.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Darius Truxton says, I don't expect any new games announced. Nintendo is using this spotlight to show off Odyssey, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Xenoblade, Fire Emblem, stuff we already know about, mostly focused on Mario Odyssey, of course.
If they spend more than 1 minute total on ARMS and Splatoon combined, I will cry.
Like that's what I was going to ask you. That's what I'm going to pull out of this, because obviously we talked about the depressing possibility of nothing new, but do ARMS and Splatoon get... I mean, they just had, like, what, basically 2 directs focused on them?
I mean, they're going to bring it up to remind you, like, it's coming out right now, and then...
We don't need to see any more of either of them, really.
Sure,
maybe a little more Splatoon 2, maybe a little more of the variety.
Yeah, just no ARMS, because that game is out that week, so please don't show us ARMS anymore. Plus, a lot of us have played it already, so...
I bet it does get a trailer, though.
Why?
Coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll show, like, the first DLC stage or something?
No, I think they just remind you that it's coming out.
I would like to see more of, like, Splatoon 2 of, like, Salmon Run and things like that. I think that's going to be there, and rightfully so. The game's not out till July.
Mm-hmm. Jason G. says, I would love to see a new Golden Sun game. Make it happen, Camelot/Nintendo, please. Even just a full high-res remake remastering of the original 2 games. That said, I'm going to come out of left field and say we might see some Nintendogs type game this year at E3. This franchise was huge for Nintendo on DS and 3DS, and I really think it would do something like it on the Switch, given the portable aspect. That's freaking hilarious. If they did come out with something like a take care of this pet type game, that would be amazing.
I would like to, again, as Mr. Sales here, Nintendogs sold over 24.5 million copies on the DS.
Yes.
So
that's a lot.
It's coming.
That is a lot of copies.
Oh my god!
So
I'm just picturing now. They open the spotlight with a dog licking the screen. It's happening.
Is it dogs, or is it cats, or is it dogs plus cats, or
it's
is there
bokoblins.
another animal that like you think is more popular now?
Bokoblins.
Also, Tamagotchi Life was like popular, right?
Yes, probably not as popular as that, but like an animal simulator game for the Switch, and like you get to take it with you, almost like a not Tamagotchi, but Tamagotchi.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Right, that could be a thing
For sure.
Oh boy, I think that's a really interesting point, and I love some
Maybe
of
it's
these
a
'cause,
Pokemon
like,
tie-in. You need to take care of your Pokemon.
that would be great, but I love some of these that like just came up with franchises and stuff that, like literally no one else mentioned. Thought that was really cool. All right, on to Pachosis.
Petrosis Production says, I'd be ecstatic to get a Superstar Saga remastered as well as a Diamond and Pearl remake. And then Ben Hay says, I'm pretty sure Superstar Saga Deluxe was leaked on the 3DS eShop. I don't want to see anything for the 3DS. I know it's gonna happen. I know there's gonna be mentioned.
Well, not in the spotlight. The spotlight is all Switch, so they will definitely cover this, and I'm assuming that Superstar Saga Deluxe is
until
legit.
Reggie walks out with a 2DS in his hands.
No.
And says, "Look at this."
They're gonna cover
Third
the
colorway.
2DS. No.
Pink and green. Blow your
Can't buy
mind.
it. They will cover the new 2DS XL and hopefully Superstar Saga remake or whatever
with the
during the Treehouse. But I want to ask you guys: is there any 3DS game that would get you excited? Any announcement of a game that they could do that would get you like, okay,
Luigi's Mansion.
new Luigi's Mansion.
a new Zelda that's like on 3DS, right? Like that would be pretty much it.
I haven't touched a 3DS in so long, though.
Yeah.
What about a Mario game?
No, because Odyssey's
There's
coming.
too many other Mario games.
Because Rabbids is coming, and because we just got Mario Kart. I don't want any other Mario games. I'm cool.
Game's too cool for Mario.
No, it's just that we already have 2 more coming.
And I don't think I pulled it, but someone made a comment like, "Hey, they did the 64 re-release on DS. What if they did a Sunshine re-release on 3DS?
That would be cool though. I'd be okay with that.
Or just give us it on the Switch."
Yeah.
That's much better.
All right. Eduardo Soto says, Twintel game, calling it right now.
Wait,
yeah, right.
Wait, look, his name is Soto, not Soto.
Okay, thanks, Gabe. And what I want to ask you here is...
Unless Gabe is developing this game on his own, this is not happening.
I am definitely not.
At what point... Gabe, we talked about this on the live stream. Okay, you know how Splatoon has entered the Mario Kart realm? At what point do ARMS characters enter the Nintendo lore?
Again, soon. I think if Smash gets announced, like Ribbon Girl's in it or something like that. Not Twintel. I don't think Nintendo has the affinity for Twintel that the internet does.
Until Gabe makes a Bayonetta type game featuring Twintel.
Yes.
That's going to happen.
All right.
Onward and forwards. The Chazzy C says, I am the only one who agrees.
Am I?
I was
Very,
being
very
more
different
assertive. I was
tone.
trying to be more assertive. Don't take that away from me. Am I the only one who agrees with the quality of life section? Like the Nintendo Network app, third party, all leading to the Switch being your big top tier console that could theoretically replace all other consoles that you had. Also Skyrim.
Well, it's definitely not going to be pitched as replacing the freaking Scorpio or the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, good
but
luck.
I do think quality of life stuff, I think you're onto something there. I think the app, I think, maybe something with themes like Jake mentioned. I think some of those things like the Netflix stuff or the YouTube stuff, I think that will get a little moment. So I think you're 100% right there. Skyrim, like, it's weird to me that has not been seen for so long. I almost wonder, like, what's going on with that. Please don't be a big part of the spotlight. 10-year-old game, like...
I know this makes me sound like a certain type of way, but who cares about? People care. I know people really like Skyrim. I get it.
It's a very great game. It's just like, do we need it on?
It's been out in many other platforms. A remaster just came out on PC. Like, do we really need to
What
play
if
Skyrim again?
Nintendo comes out and is like, all right, you got Scorpio and PS5 or whatever coming out. Here's our Hulk, and it's like this giant, basically mech suit for your Switch that you plug in. It's like a super drive.
Yes. Can I just be Mechanica?
No, your Switch will be Mechanica.
Okay.
Remind me to tell you, well, I'll just say it now. Mechanica does not have the spirally eyes because she does not have the spirally arms disease.
Oh, okay. A
Interesting.
little bit of beautiful lore here. Russell Kassad says, Rhythm Heaven Switch. What do y'all think
rhythm game.
What do y'all think about that? A lot of rhythm love.
I was
Rhythm
really
Heaven
bad at
is
Rhythm Heaven
great.
Switch, so I mean, not Switch. It's not out. That's not a thing. I was really bad at Rhythm Heaven, so
I think
Yeah.
for some of these franchises, Kirby potentially being one of them, Rhythm Heaven being another. I feel like we gotta if they're gonna come to Switch, you gotta kind of wait for the 3DS to have its day,
yeah.
because I think some of this stuff is still gonna be exclusively relegated to that system as long as they continue to push it.
What is Nintendo's timeline for the 3DS?
And while we're on the topic, I feel like this is a good time to move on to the next comment here because that's kind of on the topic. Well, go ahead, whoever's reading this one. I think we should bunch these two together.
Sure. Pyro Lizard Workshop says Yokai Watch on Switch. It'll happen. Which, it's a big property, but
Rhythm Heaven isn't. But I kind of like put them like in the same.
Yeah, just because it's the same idea. 3DS game coming to Switch, kind of. Yeah. I think in our perfect world or in our pre-launch mindset, we would have said, hey, they're going to merge and this is going to be what's happening going forward. But, yeah, I don't really see it happening for a while. And
they just announced the 2DS XL, right? So
yeah, and Yokai Watch did really good numbers in Japan and not so great numbers in North America.
Yeah, it's the franchise is just huge over there in Japan. So I think at the very least, like it's going to continue on over there. I don't know.
Yeah, on 3DS, handheld.
Yeah. I still think it's a 3DS thing for now.
Yeah, and again, like I think you are going to see some continued separation of the franchises and the studios for a while. For better or worse, that is kind of the path that Nintendo is currently taking, and I personally don't foresee that stopping for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Tuxedo coming in hot.
Is it Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon?
Nope, just Tuxedo.
It is just a tuxedo, like a disembodied form.
Okay.
Anyways, he's coming in hot with some big old trilogies. Metroid Prime Trilogy HD or Fallout Collection with Fallout 3 plus New Vegas ported onto Switch. I'd die for either of those.
This is a little bit interesting because Metroid Prime Trilogy already happened. It just wasn't in HD. That happened on Wii, where they like bundled all of them together and they sold those as one package. I think that even that would like kind of like satiate people's appetite for Metroid.
Or would it just
for
piss
a little
people
while.
off?
For a little while, at least. Like maybe like announce, Retro lied. They are working on Metroid, but it's not coming anytime soon. But in the meantime, here, have Metroid Prime Trilogy to catch up.
And again, I think this just becomes really weird of like, what is their strategy? Because if they are bringing GameCube VC to the Switch, then we don't need this at all.
That's very true.
Just release Metroid Prime Echoes and 3, well, not 3, but the first 2, and then we're fine. And so...
Wait, why not 3?
Well, because it's not on GameCube. It's on Wii.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And we're definitely not getting a Wii Virtual Console. So this is like, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in these meetings because there's a lot of strategic discussion that has to have already taken place of like Smash Brothers Deluxe.
Zach, I have a question
Melee.
for you.
Yes.
If someone came to you and said, you can be on every and any Nintendo meeting, but you have to be turned into a fly permanently, you take the offer?
Permanently?
No.
He's not going to be turned into a fly permanently. You know this. Flies can't wear dresses.
I don't want to permanently be anything except my own self.
Okay, I'm glad.
Okay, I think this went like somewhere where it wasn't supposed to be.
I think. Well, let's take that question and modify it just a tweak. In general, for a lot of these, a Super Smash Brothers Deluxe, a Smash Bros. Melee, a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, a Metroid Prime just Virtual Console. Where do you fall? Would you rather see this stuff hit Virtual Console, or would you rather see this stuff hit full release?
I'll take it on Virtual Console, personally. And I don't know if Virtual Console includes this, but if for some reason Wii U could just be on there.
It's not going.
It's not going to. Like the downloads are too big, and it's not like old enough, and they could still like remake those for cheap and sell them to you. I get it, but like if I can buy Bayonetta 2 like on eShop for Switch, I totally would. Like I don't need like a remake or anything like that. So,
Jake, what do you think? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I think eShop and or Virtual Console, and then clear the path for new things like Rabbids and Mario Odyssey and other future new IP and things like that is a good way to go. They kind of are steamrolling with this whole like new hybrid system, new IP, new games, like dipping into RPG genre with Mario. Well, I mean, this crossover, whatever thing it is, but yeah, I'm more in that camp.
Am I alone in thinking that there's a certain charm to like playing like these games in their original form, like in the original like graphics and everything? Like playing a GameCube game that still looks like a GameCube game and isn't like a Bresden anyway. Like there's still a little charm to that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's always nice to see like the HD versions. And Nintendo does a really great job with that. Wind Waker, Twilight Princess were really great remasters. And I'm sure, like, in a perfect world, yeah, like, let's take all of them as remasters. That's not going to happen. So, I guess, again, I go by well, it's hard, because it's like, on one hand, I would rather the resources and efforts be put towards new games and new IP. But at the same time, sometimes it doesn't work like that. Like, I don't think if we didn't get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like, oh, we magically got another brand new game for Switch. So, on one hand, yeah, I just
need you to be that fly, Zach.
I'm gonna make a choice here. I'm gonna say yes. I would rather just have GameCube Virtual Console, because then we get a much bigger suite of titles than if we just get like a Smash Bros. Remastered or a Metroid Remastered. Just give us the Virtual Console and leave those options out there. Plus, it's at a cheaper price. Like inevitably, you're gonna pay $60 for a Metroid Prime HD Trilogy. You're gonna probably pay like $10 or $15 for a Metroid Prime GameCube. So I hope they do that. Also, fun fact: in its first month, Metroid Prime Federation Force in the United States. How many copies do you think it sold?
3.
2. God,
okay, I'm sorry. This is actually in Japan. In Japan, because it launched. Okay.
I don't know, like 20,000 or something. I don't know, something really low.
Less than 4,000.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's even lower than.
So this is where I feel nervous for Metroid in general.
No, but that wasn't a real Metroid game. I'm sure.
No, it's not. But do the people of power look at that and say,
no, they know better. They're smart over there, but they know better. All right, so how do you say this? Bemper? Bemper? I was gonna say Bemper. I don't know. I think and really, really hope they announce a new 3D Donkey Kong. I really like Donkey Kong 64, and I think it would be great because the Switch's portability. They're obviously going to do Virtual Console, which I'm pumped about, but they really need the GameCube Virtual Console. I'd love to play Super Mario Sunshine and TTYD.
Mario, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Oh, yes. Okay, I was blanking out. All right.
I was like, talk to you.
Daddy? 3D Donkey Kong. You know, there's thinking that maybe Retro completes the trilogy of Returns and Tropical Freeze, but what about 3D Donkey Kong? They open things up with Breath of the Wild. They're opening things back up with Mario. Could they do the same for the big ol' ape?
It'd be fantastic, but I don't think that it's kind of tripling up on the same idea. What?
They don't release it in the same. They don't release it the same year as Odyssey.
Oh, of course not. But would it be fantastic?
I don't know. It depends on how well they made the game. Yo, I went back and played Donkey Kong 64, the battle mode, like the shooting the grapes, and with my younger brother and his friends, and I've never heard someone laugh so hard and enjoy something so remedial so much. So it did something right. Maybe it was just the yellow cartridge.
GameCube Virtual Console, you get Mario Sunshine, you get that Paper Mario Classic. Honestly, to me, Virtual Console is one thing, but if they include GameCube, it makes that so much greater of an announcement, and to me, almost like it's a stand-in for a new game.
Standing for a new game.
Just in the sense of like how, because it's one thing to get to replay Mario Bros. 3 and Mario World and la again, but getting to have Mario Sunshine on the go, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on the go, Luigi's Mansion on the go.
What makes you think that all these games are going to be available on day one? Like they like
they're not all going to be.
Yeah,
but
they like
the
to
potential for that.
They like to trickle. They're going to give you like 4 games.
Sure, but again, Virtual Console
one from NES, one from SNES, one from GameCube, one from 64.
Again, Virtual Console with SNES, NES, and N64 to me is like, yeah, it had to happen. But if you throw GameCube in there, it adds a whole lot of new excitement and enthusiasm around that announcement. And I really hope they follow through.
I'm just picturing when they get to mini GameCubes, like NES and SNES mini, and then mini GameCubes, and how cute that will be.
How much, man? They should let you still put one of those like tiny discs in it, even though like it has nothing on it.
It'd be a real tiny disc then.
Blue Jellyfish says, "What we want: new Metroid Prime. What we get: Metroid Pinball Switch."
This is so Nintendo. Sell another 4,000 copies of that.
I'm going to subscribe to the 2D Metroid theory.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Especially because then it's probably not $60.
I played Metroid Fusion on a Game Boy Micro, and it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I love Metroid Fusion. So
I think we're all. Whoa. Finish.
No. You go ahead. I'm done.
I was going to say, my brother from another mother, Jacob Lancaster, says, "Can you give us Mario Strikers, please?" And Brian Markley says, "Or Mario Golf, or Mario Sluggers."
You just got all of them in one 3DS game.
No, Gabe, no.
Mario Golf would be fun. Like, prop that up.
Especially with the Joy-Con.
Dude, it's such a chill game. Like, that's a perfect like tabletop mode game. Like, just prop it up and just like casually with your buddy or your dad or something. Like, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Father's Day 2017, Mario Golf Switch.
There you go.
All right.
And again, if we get the GameCube Virtual Console, this is taken care of for us.
Again, you think you're getting all these games at once. You're not. You're going to get 4
but
games.
It can be taken care of for us. I don't know that we ever get another dedicated Mario sports game. Not this year. I mean, that's for certain.
Well, you said ever, and this year.
I don't know if we ever. I don't know if we ever do.
I don't think that we ever get one this year.
It's gonna be.
No, I don't think we ever do.
New Metroid Golf.
Well, like, okay, Strikers would be the most likely candidate to me, but they have their special FIFA for Switch thing.
What does the NFL and Nintendo partner up for Madden Mario
Edition? Football?
Yes. Mario Football.
Or they go international and they go Mario Rugby.
All right. I'll Dare Chicken says, more games with motion controls. I love using the motion controls when shooting a bow in Breath of the Wild. I felt like I was actually holding the bow, and I need more like it. Arms will be the perfect motion control game for me, but I need more. He needs it, Zach. Xbox and PS4 don't have motion controllers. Nintendo is where it's at. I don't know if he's trolling us.
No, absolutely not. I think, and it's a good point because Wii U launch lineup and initially a lot of usage of that gamepad, and then after that it dropped off. Switch launch lineup, 1-2 Switch, Breath of the Wild incorporates it. Mario you can steer with it. Arms, do you think, and Splatoon are they going to stay committed to that going forward?
It's going to be a new Metroid game, on-rail shooter with motion control aiming the arm cannon.
Oh gosh.
I mean, Dead Space Extraction was fun.
No, please no. They don't make. I will cry. I will literally cry. I was gonna say in the hotel room, but we're not gonna be in the hotel room. I will cry at your house, Zach. I will be inconsolable
if
the Metroid
cries,
game that we get next.
And we'll make a video out of it.
Yes, it's a Metroid Match 3 with different colored, like Samus is like the bomb.
I will pull my hair out and I will shave my head if that. No, Nintendo's gonna do right by us.
How much commitment do you think they have in motion controls?
I think incorporating it like small, like in like Zelda and stuff is good. I don't think they're gonna do a whole bunch, or like in Splatoon with like a little bit of gyro. I don't think they're gonna do like a lot of like more arms, super dedicated motion.
They have this weird schism where Splatoon is like so much better with motion, and arms is so much better with controller.
I feel like Gabe, you're still on the motion arms train, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm 100% gonna play motion,
and it is 100% you are 100% faster, more maneuverable, and more efficient with the Pro Controller.
I challenge you to a 1v1 arms motion versus Pro Controller.
And I
winner
will be
takes.
the Biff
We'll do it
and
as soon as we
commentating the entire match.
Ooh, can you cosplay as Biff to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Jake can cosplay as Biff, and he'll be the commentator.
I'm going to fight myself first to see if my theory holds true, and then I will fight you.
I will be your greatest enemy.
All right. Mason Heilman says, I would love to see Kid Icarus on the Switch. Do you think Kid Icarus has enough clout to be a console game?
No. Well, Uprising sold well. Uprising sold well.
And Uprising was a cool game.
Yeah, and it did well critically for the most part. I think it's like high 70s on Metacritic or something like that. Or maybe...
I just think if Nintendo's looking, I think what you got to think about is like, all right, we bring Kid Icarus in, or we do a new IP that has the potential to grow and expand like Splatoon.
Yo, if we get Kid Icarus before we get Metroid. It's time, man. It's time. Samus, we miss you. We miss you dearly.
Rounding out the special bonus CommentForce E3 edition is another fantabulous Jacob. Jacob Carroll says, LOL, I'm still waiting for Diddy Kong Racing 2.
Me too. This is one of my top wants.
This could happen, just not now, because we just got Mario Kart.
Do they just put Diddy Kong Racing on Virtual Console instead?
No, I don't want that. Listen, I really love Mario Kart. My biggest gripe with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is that there's no new racetracks. I need another great Nintendo racer to
collect
have
those eggs.
More tracks. And if it's got to be Diddy Kong Racing 2 because Mario Kart 9 is not going to be for a while, then so be it. But I think we really need another great kart racer. It is one of Nintendo's strongest franchises in terms of like reviews and quality. It is one of their most popular franchises. And why not bring Diddy Kong into the fold, into the fun, throw him in a cart, give him some gas, and let's get going. Please. I'm ready. Diddy Kong Racing 2, coming at you. 2018.
No.
What if it's all exclusively airplanes and is controlled with motion control?
Never mind. Okay.
Oh,
I don't want Kirby's Air Ride. I don't want Sonic's whatever that game was called.
Shot down.
A lot of people like Air Ride. All right. Those are your predictions. Thank you so much for submitting them. Now, we are 2 weeks away from E3, so there will definitely be more E3 coverage, and we may pick your brain later, so stay tuned for that. But thank you to everybody who submitted your predictions, your thoughts. We read through all of them, so even if you were not seen on screen today, know that your comment was appreciated and seen/read. Thank you so much. We just got to wait now. 2 weeks. We'll get to find out. We will be there at E3. We'll be bringing you all the coverage. We will be watching the spotlight with you. We will be making a bunch of videos on our impressions, on our reactions. Hopefully, we can do a crazy Gabe just shrieking reaction to Metroid's trailer. Just literally, it's going to be him just like with a big, giant O mouth just shrieking.
Maybe.
And
That's
he's
what
going to run out and construct the most epic Samus suit you've ever seen.
I'm going to jump off of Zach's balcony.
I'm still worried.
That's not safe.
That's a little too high, Gabe. And there's a lot of cars down below. But I'm still worried about Levi's comment where we're all disappointed because they just talk about what we already know.
You can't be disappointed if you go in with lower expectations.
But I have faith because
So do I.
They've changed. This is a new Nintendo. They've turned a leaf.
It's not true.
It is.
That's Animal Crossing.
It's
Get it? Animal Crossing, new leaf. You get it? Yeah, you get it.
So before we close out, last thing I want to do real quick is after reading and assimilating all this information, I want us each to make one more prediction for E3.
God, you're putting us on the spot.
And it could be based on something that someone said that you think is going to happen. Not a pie in the sky, that you think is going to happen.
SNES Mini.
At E3. Okay, good. Jake?
I have no idea.
You go first. You go first, Zach. I like how you asked us a question that you don't even have an answer.
I do have an answer. I do have an answer to. I'm just trying to pick between two of them.
Well, say both of them.
Yeah, say
Okay,
both.
well,
Give the other one to Jake.
One which I feel like I already said is GameCube Virtual Console, which I think is gonna. I think that is a big enough deal to like replace a new game. I'm gonna say 2D Metroid. I'm gonna say that they bring it to you, but not how you want it, and they give you.
2D is great. I don't mind that. What do you mean?
My issue with it is
I know
there's
exactly
so many,
what mine is.
There's so many Metroidvanias, and like every other day, there's a new cool looking Metroidvania on Steam.
Yeah, but they're not Metroid.
But how much does that do for you just because it has Samus?
We'll see.
Nintendo Switch Pocket Pack game. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
also big TV? Like, does he grow big when he gets thrown in the dock?
No, it's
Yes,
the same
okay.
game.
It's a mama and baby game where you take care of mama on the TV and you take care of baby on the handheld. Please, Nintendo Mama Baby.
Oh my god! All right.
That's what I want. Bring it to us. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Keep those comments coming. We love it. We'll keep you up to date in case there's any more leaks for E3. Thank you again for all your thoughts, all your ideas, and thank you, as always, special thank you to the Fourth Edge. Until next time, everybody, for myself, Jake, and Gabe, until E3.
The Fourth
and
Edge
probably
out.
before then. Yeah. Switch Fourth Edge out!